with your host, yours truly, Neil Dudley with AmaWaterways. Folks, let me introduce you to the wonderful world of luxury river cruising with AmaWaterways. This is a showing of all of our different destinations, 4 continents around the world, but today's feature is focused on Magna on the Danube, on board the world's largest river cruise ship ever to be built, the AmaMagna, and coming out in 2027, her sister ship, the AmaRudy. What makes these ships special, folks, is that they have 4 different included restaurants on board for you to enjoy. Rooftop heated pool, you've got a hot tub, you've got multiple lounges to relax in, some multiple entertainment going on, just like you find on a boutique ocean experience. We only added another 40 passengers though, so 196 guests, and that's because the size of the suites, truly something unheard of for river cruising. Suites from 355 square feet up to 710 square feet. So let me introduce you to the Magna on the Danube, the upper Danube itinerary that these 2 ships will do. Now, they either go from Budapest to Vilshofen or in the reverse experience, and there are pre and post packages which you can add on as well. But we are going to pretend like we are starting this beautiful cruise experience in Budapest, and I'm going to tell you everything that is included. So Budapest, of course, you will arrive into Budapest. You will overnight on board the ship, so you get a chance to explore this stunning city and everything she has to offer in the evening. The following day, though, is when we do our tour, and it's a split day of touring because the Danube divides the city. One side used to be the old city of Buda, the other side, the city of Pest. So we do a split day of touring. You tour one side of the river, back on board the ship in time for lunch, and then you will have the other side of the city that you're touring, and we will depart Budapest just before dinner. And what makes this spectacular, folks, is you get an evening sail away in one of the most spectacular cities in all of Europe in the evening to enjoy. Now, the next day, folks, you arrive into Bratislava. This is the capital of Slovakia. Very unique tour, very unique city to see. You can either do a walking tour, a hiking tour, or a tastings tour. Now, folks, we always give you a choice of activities, and with AmaWaterways, absolutely everything is included. We try to put no more than 15 to 20 guests per tour guide. Everybody gets the audio box system, and we have different activity levels: gentle pace, regular, more active based. So as a result, the average age of our guests are people in their 30s all the way up to people in their 80s and 90s, because they all feel they can do the river cruise experience they wish to do. Now, the next day is always a highlight. We are into Vienna, and folks, again, we are here for a late night experience, and it is a split day of touring. So in the morning, you're going to do either a walking tour and coach tour of the city, or a cycling tour. And then in the afternoon, folks, you're going to get to go off to the Royal Schönbrunn Palace, home to the famous Habsburg family. The next day, folks, is a split day of touring. So even though we stop in a number of big cities, capital cities on this tour, we stop in some beautiful towns and villages. And today, we're going to take you to 2 different towns. One is to Dürnstein, home to everything apricot, folks. Absolutely stunning, one of my favorite stops to do. Back on board the ship in time for lunch, and then you're going to go to Melk, where Europe's oldest Benedictine abbey is, and there's even an opportunity, if you wish, that you can cycle between the 2 stops as well. So then, folks, overnight sail, and the next day we are going to be going through the Strudengau Valley, the Wachau Valley, and making our way onwards to Linz. But on the AmaMagna, we do a special evening stop after you've enjoyed dinner in Spitz to go to a beautiful wine cellar experience. So then the next day, folks, you're in Linz. This is always one of the biggest choices. You can do a city sightseeing tour of Linz, or you can go off to Salzburg or Český Krumlov for the day. Trust me, it will be your toughest choice of tours to do. Back on board the ship, folks, in time for dinner. It's an overnight sail, and the next day we are ending up in Passau, Germany. And here you've got a choice of tours again: walking tour, cycling tour, or a hiking experience. Quick sail, folks, on to our home port, which is Vilshofen. And here we are going to bring you an exclusive event that's been going on for centuries in Germany, because Vilshofen is where the German Pilsner beer was invented. So we bring you an exclusive Oktoberfest experience. You overnight on board the ship. This happens right at the pier, and then the next day you are disembarking the ship, unless you decide to do one of our beautiful pre or post packages, which you can do. You can do a 3-night experience into Prague, or you can do a 2-night experience in Budapest, depending whether you're starting or ending the experience. Folks, that is Magna on the Danube. Folks, in order to get on this beautiful river cruise, you must get in touch with your preferred travel advisor. And remember, with AmaWaterways, folks, our best prices and promotions are available exclusively through your travel advisors. So always book this experience. And folks, we look forward to seeing you on board very soon. Thanks very much.